What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 5 Takeaways, a show about Carolina basketball. A little bit of a different setup today. I am visiting family, so might not even throw the boxes in. I haven't decided yet, but I did want to hop on here and talk about a big win for Carolina basketball. Yesterday, beating Portland in the first round of the Phil Knight Invitational by a score of 89-81. Let's just jump right into this recap. Starting with box number 1 is going to go to Pete Nance, green box. I almost gave him our first ever Carolina blue box, which of course is that level above green. That's just all-time performance. I mean, it was that good. We needed him to score. Score he did. 5 threes. Who said he couldn't shoot? Not me. Not me. I mean, Brady replacement, yes please. 28 points, 5 threes, 7 rebounds, 7 for 9 from the free throw line. Where others struggled, he succeeded, and just timely basket after timely basket. I'll admit I didn't watch every minute of this game. I was kind of doing other things, but I was able to catch glimpses here or there, and then of course the box score. So player of the game for us, needed someone to step up, and he did. Green for Pete Nance. Box number 2, I'm inventing a new stat. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm inventing the DTS statistic. DTS standing for down the stretch gets a green box today. I'm going to make this a new statistic, and I'm going to will it into existence, and I'm also going to will Carolina to be the best in the country at DTS. We've talked about it this season, right? Carolina struggles at times during the games, but then 4 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go in the game, they just boa constrict, suffocate the life out of the opposing team, put the game away, and just ice it. And today was no different, losing by 5 at points during the second half, but I even just wrote it down because I was able to watch the last couple minutes. So, they take a timeout with about 2.5 minutes to go. Portland does come out of the timeout, and Carolina has great defense to stifle whatever play they had set up. They had a bad shot, miss. RJ Davis skies for the rebound, gets fouled in the process. A couple seconds later, he comes down, RJ does, makes a long, tough 2-point shot, extends the lead a little bit. Just overall big shots, big rebounds, big free throws when we needed it most. Icing the game, perfect. Exactly what we needed in games like this where you struggle. The most important part is that last 4 minutes, and Carolina crushed it yesterday. So a green box for down the stretch. Third box is going to be a yellow for our depth, our bench rotation. 3 points were scored by non-starters yesterday. We had 89 total points. We also only had 28 total minutes out of 200 from bench players, from non-starters. Is that an issue? I don't know. We won the game. We're 5-0. Last year, we went on a great run through the NCAA tournament by using the Iron 5, right? I brought my arm up a little bit. Hopefully this is still okay. But anyways, I was saying last year, we used the Iron 5, and it was great. It worked. It's working here this year, too. We're still 5-0. We're still winning games, but you worry about the development of some of these younger guys if they're not getting as many minutes, and you worry about the transfer portal if they come in and they're not getting the time maybe they thought they were. Will they leave? You also want to give credit to these guys that have come back, and our juniors and seniors, upperclassmen that have earned their time, earned their minutes, and they're performing. So it's like you can't really ask them to sit on the bench for freshmen and sophomore to find themselves in these games that are close, these games we want to win, crucial games. So interesting. I put it as a yellow just because Coach Davis using his bench was kind of a talking point a little bit last year, and it seems to be, although he used his bench more in the first 4 games, here in the closest game Carolina's had to date, goes back to kind of the Iron 5 mentality. So just something to watch going forward this season, how much we use our underclassmen and our reserves. Fourth box today is going to be a green for Leaky Black. A lot of the starters played really well. Caleb had a great game. RJ, as we said, made some plays down the stretch, but Leaky, this is just what he does for our team. 11 points, 9 rebounds, just impacts the game in so many ways that don't even always show up on the scoreboard or on the box score, stat sheet, whatever. A lot of big rebounds late. His defense kind of iced some of their shooters. Shout out Mo Wood from Tulane freshman year. His defensive presence really cooled off their shooters. They did miss a lot of shots late, which helped us kind of pull away. And again, the big rebounds to ice the game. This was one of the closest games Carolina's had to date. It was the closest game Carolina's had to date this year in terms of score in the second half and being down and having to rally and make up the ground just to get it even, and then further push it out to actually secure the win. And again, down the stretch, Leaky, down the stretch, everyone, down the stretch is a statistic. People are saying it's the up-and-coming statistic in college basketball. So green box for Leaky, way to be a super senior, and really ice the victory. And then a final box is going to be a yellow for optics. I just feel like watching Carolina, we look good. And then you look at the score and you're only up 2 at half and you're losing by 5 in the second half. Again, I didn't watch the whole game, and I know Coach Davis was talking a lot about defensive intensity. Coach Davis had a great quote about hunger and intensity that I will be using later on in the season. I don't have it pulled up now. So why is it that we look good and then the scoreline doesn't always reflect that? Is it these teams, they really get up to play the number 1 team in the country and they have great shooting nights? Maybe. Is it, our defensive intensity was really off? Maybe. I definitely think we didn't track shooters as well as we could have. With these teams that aren't as big as we are, especially down low, they're not going to be throwing it into the post. They are going to be living and dying by running guys off screens, running all over the half court, and getting people open to shoot threes. You have to dig deep and you have to run a lot on defense, and you have to fight through the screens. You have to help off screens, communicate, whatever it needs to be to make sure that these shooters are guarded. Did we do that yesterday for 40 minutes? Definitely not. So is that it? Probably. But it just is interesting how it's like Caleb Love has 16 points in the first half and I don't think he's missed a shot, and Pete Nance explodes for 28 in this game, and Armando has a double-double. RJ's, we're just playing well. You see steals, you see good rebounding. We out-rebounded them, we out-assisted them. Or no, we didn't out-assist them, but 17 assists. We did a lot of good things. Maybe that's just college basketball this year. There's not going to be a lot of huge blowouts. There's a lot more parity. I don't know. Yellow for optics, just keeping an eye out for it as we play tougher teams as the season progresses. Looking good probably won't be as fun as being good and winning games, right? So I get that, but it's interesting how we can still look good and still look talented and be losing. I think that speaks to the potential of this team, where we can play 75% intensity and look good because of the talent on the team, but that might not win us the game. Playing 100% intensity will look amazing and will win a lot more games. Yellow box for optics today. But yeah, so that's it. Big win. I did want to just come on here and say that was big. That was one of those that you could just see losing early in the season. You get out there feeling good, 4-0, and they get out to a hot start and we can't respond. We did respond. We came back in the second half and iced the game out down the stretch. Big win. 5-0 for the Heels. They play tonight at 5:30. Hopefully we can keep the good vibes going. But yeah, 5-0. Go Heels.